Good morning everybody, welcome back to LilyLuLou. My name's Karen, the Junk Journal Geek. If you haven't been here before, welcome, and if you're a returning visitor, welcome back. So we are again working on Dephemerember for 2022 and I'm still trying to catch up. So today we're on number 5 and the prompts are a number or a sentiment and a ticket. And I think I have seen somewhere on YouTube that the bee was today's animal, and that's at the top of my pile of all my animals, so we'll probably go with that. But I thought I'd just quickly show you first a couple of things I've done since you were last here. I went on to, I think it was day 3 when I made all those pockets. Is it this one? Yeah, I was leaving it to dry. And I've just edged all of those pockets with some black lace to just define them a bit and give it a bit more impact. And I thought that went well. The lace went well with the frame around the number 3. I've just got that in there just to make sure they're just stuck down. Obviously, I couldn't stitch them because they were already in. So I've just put that there so that it doesn't stick the book together, and pop these back in. So I thought that finished that off a bit more, made it look a bit nicer. And then as I said at the end of the last video, I stuck where I cut the elephant out and put him on here. I loved the negative space left in this, so I've managed to stick that down. You can barely see where I'd cut it there. It is just stuck down as decoration, so at some point I will need to finish decorating that page because it's not a pocket or anything, but I thought that just looked quite nice on there. So that's what I've done since you were last here. So in preparation for today, I pulled out, I had a couple of sheets of sort of sentiments and quotes in my my folder that's to the side of me with all my leftovers. So I thought we might be able to use something from there today. And I also pulled out anything that was sort of resembling a ticket shape. So we might use those. And as I say, I'm sure I've seen that it was the bee that they used today. So I think I will just trim that out so that he's ready to go. So how are you all? I hope you're all well and happy and managing to fit in some crafty time yourself. So yeah, we are on number 5, which is a number or a sentiment and a ticket. So is my number 5 visible on here? Every day I've videoed, I've come off intending to sort out this number sheet for you all, and every day something's happened that's taken me elsewhere, so I haven't forgotten. I am going to try and sort those numbers out for you. Right, we can put all that to the side, we don't need that. So I was mulling this over before I put the video on, and I thought I would quite like to make like a giant ticket shape as a belly band somewhere. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Make a belly band of some sort, and maybe I will collage all these little tickets onto the belly band piece. So the first thing we would need for that is something to use as a backing. I wonder if that's all, it doesn't feel sticky now, so that should be okay. So let's have a look and see which page we're going to work on. It's got to be one of the sturdier pages, I think, because that's quite sturdy. If we're tucking things in, You know, we want it to be able to hold its own. So some of this packaging paper is flimsier than others, so you know, that would be more for writing, I think, rather than sticking things in. That's quite sturdy, but that's not really. Or we could have a belly band going across, couldn't we, instead of up and down? Yeah, maybe we'll do that. So what sort of width would we want? Would half be? Yeah, we could have half of that, couldn't we? So if I start off just by cutting this in half. I'm trying to be a little bit quiet. My daughter's got a study, you know, independent study day to day at home. So she's in her bedroom, which is next door. And I'm not sure if she's actually awake yet or not, so I'm just being a little bit quiet. So that would be okay to start off with, because obviously we're going to trim this down and make a tag shape, no, a ticket shape at some point. So let's put down my glue mat, which is a little bit mucky, and start sticking some bits on. Now this piece has got the black background showing, but I'm not going to worry about that. Because if I'm collaging, I'm going to be overlapping things, so, and we're going to cut corners off and things as well, so you won't really see any of that. Oh look, there's more sentiments there that I had. So that's a ticket, that's a ticket, that's a ticket, that's my number, that's my B, that's a ticket, that's a ticket, that's a ticket. So I need to cut all these out and see how much of this they're going to cover. So I should really have done these. Actually, I think I'll pause and do this, because you don't need to see me cutting all these out, do you? Right, I've fussy cut all those out. So I'm going to, as long as my glue cooperates, I'm going to put a layer of wet glue just on this card, because it's a bit shiny and I haven't got a nail file or anything in here to give it a bit of a key to start with. So I'm just to double check that everything sticks, I'm just going to put a little layer of glue on, and then I will use glue stick to fix everything else down, and you know, that way hopefully everything will stay stuck. Right, lost the tissue. So I'm going to try to do this without thinking too much and just bung everything down. I don't want it to look ordered and organised. I want it to look like a pile of tickets, but how successful I will be at that, I don't know. Now that is just a ticket shape on a background, so I'm popping that in the middle. And I don't know how much of this stuff is going to be visible, how much of the flyer is going to be visible through these tickets, because these are all printed mainly just on normal copy paper, so it's quite thin. Put some little ones behind. But as I said yesterday, I'm not too worried because I don't mind it showing that it is all made from junk, because it is supposed to be a junk journal, or ephemera for a junk journal. So well, everything's sticky, so that's huge. I don't think we'll use that one. Maybe go off the edge with that one. Can they lift that up without tearing it? No. Oh, the idea of the glue underneath has worked. I don't think I'm going to use that one actually. I should have put that one down first so I could cover up the black, and I forgot. I'm going to cover up the numbers on there, aren't I? Whatever I do, I'm going to lose those numbers. Maybe I should have planned it first, but I wanted it to be random, so. I'm going to end up with too many the same here. I've stuck my ticket to my glue page. Oh dear. Right, I'm going to stick half of this on here. Everything's getting very sticky now. You need to fill in these gaps. The glue's starting to dry now, the base layer of glue. Hopefully when this is dry and trimmed it will look okay, it won't look a mess. Oh, I don't want that one there, do I? Because it's going to be the same as that. Which is the problem I have here. I've got 3 tickets that are all very similar, which I didn't want, but a bit late now. Right, so I will need to leave that to dry for a bit and then trim this all down to make it a ticket shape. And then I did fussy cut my bee as well while I was doing that. I think he's going to be focal point on there, although because I've put that brown there, that might not work. We shall see. Then I've got my number 5, and we also need a sentiment. I've also got these sentiments that I could use. So I'll just pause you for a moment while we leave that to dry. I just thought while that's drying, I remembered I had this bee stamp, and I thought that maybe we could do some stamping in the background of the, whoops, the page that's going to be on. Everything's craft-a-launching. Yes, I thought we could just have the bee maybe, you know, dotted around in the background here. Let me see if I've got a block to pop that on. Now, I know this is not going to print that well, stamp that well, because my pages are not particularly flat, but doing it here, which is quite close to the front. Oh, my bee doesn't want to stick on my block. Where's that? Let's give it a wipe and see if that helps. I'm still here, I'm just rummaging. Just wipe it with see if that helps. I've just wiped that with some alcohol. Right. It still doesn't feel like it's stuck on there. Let's see what happens. I've got the ink on the stamp, on the block, rather than... Oh, I'll do it this way, Karen. Oh, now my ink... my ink pad is falling out of the... whatever it is it sits in. Oh my goodness. Do you think somebody's trying to tell me something? Maybe I'm not supposed to stamp this. And why am I having so much trouble with this? You can see that's not working. It's a bit better. That's strange. Well, at least the stamp's not coming off the block now. I'm going to rub it instead, see if that makes a difference. Doesn't look like it's picking up. I wonder if that's turned over when it fell. No, it's supposed to be that way because it's still got a little bit of sticky on it. Very strange. Maybe I need to re-ink my ink. Although it's going all over my hands and all over the block, it's just not going on the stamp. So I don't know what that's about. Very strange. But this doesn't look like it was a good idea. Yeah, we'll give up with that. Okay. To think of something else now. Right, well, that was a fail. I don't know if it's the stamps or the ink. But that did not like that. So we'll, oh, I've lost my cover for those. Oh, it's under there. We'll leave that. Oh my goodness. See, the ink must still be fairly juicy because I've got it all over me. Right, let's not worry about that. Now, is this dry enough to play with? Oh, I might as well just trim the whole thing under the chopper, mightn't I? So we want a little bit off each side and then straighten the top and bottom up. Bear with me, I'll be back in a moment. Right, I've trimmed that, so that's going to sit there. So now I need to make, you know, take little punches out of the corner to make it look like a ticket shape. So the smallest punch I've got is the smallest circle punch I've got is a 1 inch. So I'm just going to pop the corner in there slightly. And see if that's enough. Okay. I'm just eyeballing this to try and get them all roughly the same. Right, so how does that look? Does that look like a ticket shape? It's quite tickety, isn't it? Do those edges need to come in a bit more, do you think? Should these be bigger? I think maybe they do. Let's go in a bit more. I think that might be too much now, but it's too late. I've done it, so got to do the rest to match. Okay, so we've got our ticket shape. Now, I did think I've got some scissors that have a curly edge, but I think that they're too big for, although that is quite a big ticket, isn't it? So let's just have a look here. Oh yeah, it'll add a bit of interest. Let's just snip the sides so that it looks like it's been perforated. I think it's the wrong way round really, but it doesn't have to be exactly correct. It's, you know, the idea, just a little nod to it. So we're going to stick that down on each side. So let's ink the edges of that now. Give it a bit of definition. And then we need to decide what to do with our bee. Now, unfortunately, the bee's antennae did not survive the fussy cutting process, but I did manage to save all his legs, which is quite impressive. So, do we want our bee there, bang in the middle? Do we want him coming up here? I'm going to be doing what I was doing yesterday, aren't I? I'm going to be sitting here faffing and fussing. Oh, look, it's a flower. The bee could be on the flower, collecting his pollen somewhere. Doesn't really make him stand out anymore, though, does it? What else have I got here? I don't know. I always have trouble with this part, and I don't know why. No, 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 no. Or maybe the bee should go on the page. That might be better. But obviously I've got to think about when I'm sliding things in, we don't want to be knocking the bee. We've also got our number 5. Maybe the 5, maybe the 5 should go on the belly band. Then if we make something else later on in Dephemerember that we pop in the belly band, that can have its number on it, if that makes sense. So say if I make a tag or a journal card or something that I'm going to tuck in this belly band, if that number is on that tag, then it will be obvious that the belly band was made as number 5 and whatever's tucked in the belly band was made as whatever number day we do that on. Oh dear, I picked a funny frame here to be fussy cutting. Maybe I should have just gone round. See, I tried to avoid you watching me doing all the fussy cutting, and I've still ended up doing it on camera. Hey ho. At least it's only one thing and not all of those individual tickets. And then maybe we could put something behind the 5, maybe ribbon or lace or something, so it looks like it's part of the thing, like a belt buckle maybe. Don't know. Decisions, decisions. I always say, oh, I wish I was live so that I could hear your opinions as I'm doing this. But if I was live, I wouldn't be looking at the screen to see what your comments were. I'd be looking at this fussy cutting, so probably wouldn't help me much anyway, would it? Right, oops, got a bit too far there. Oh dear. Okay, so if we're going to have number 5 on there, that stands out a bit better because it's you know, grey instead of the brown. Mr. B just wasn't standing out enough. And I never seem to be able to make clustery things work. I'm going to need to practice that. Making clustery things work, you know, on a collaged background. So do I have that there alone, or shall I pop it on something like that? Where's my lacier lace? Was there anything in here? I can't remember what was in here now. This might be too frilly. And it might be too white. No, it's too frilly. That won't look right. I think that's too frilly. Just wondered if something more delicate might look better than the crochet trim. Oh my goodness, it's unrolling as I'm taking it out. I think that's too subtle. Not sure. See, our number will be a number as well. I think I will put a sentiment on, but because the prompt was sentiment or number, our number of the day could be part of the prompt. Right, I think I will put that on. I think I liked it best. So let's get the book out of the way for a minute. My glue page to pop some glue on this. Saying that, I'm not sure which way round this is supposed to go now. I think that's the right way. I always say, if you can't tell which way it's supposed to go, it probably doesn't matter. Now my glue doesn't want to come out. Literally just used it. Trying to make sure I get it straightish. And then put my number on. Again, I think I'll pop Bit of this glue on the lace, on the trim. And then some glue stick on the number. Can't see where the middle is. I think it's about there. Right, so that's that. I've lost my lid. Is that what just fell on the floor? Or was that something else? I don't know, but I've lost my lid from the prick stick. Right, we're nearly finished. I'll find that afterwards. Okay, so now we want a sentiment. Got moments, beauty, and remember. And what have we got on here? These little ones. I'm not sure if we want a little one or a big one. There's one there that says be happy, and I want to add an extra E on to make it be happy. I can't see it now, I've lost it. Where was it? Oh, goodness sake. Right, and then what have we got on here? Got some quotes here, which we could use as a sentiment. Anything here? Criticism is easy, art is difficult. I think that's quite relevant after you've sitting here watching me struggle. Life is a flower of which love is the honey. That would be quite appropriate, wouldn't it, with a bee on there. I think I might go for that one. And then we need to decide where to put it. It feels very wobbly. Definitely don't have a steady hand this morning, and that's not the after effects of the night before, I can assure you. Right, so should we have this on here somewhere, or shall we have it on the page? So if we're going to have our belly band here, and are we going to have our bee down here? Should we have our sentiment here, hiding our very poor attempts at stamping? It's funny, I don't feel like that should go down there, but I quite like it up there. I think I quite like that. So I'm going to pop the belly band down as long as my glue cooperates. Come on, glue. You know you want to play. You want to come out really. Literally just used you. I don't think the glue stick will quite be enough to hold this belly band. It's quite heavy now. Oh, isn't it ridiculous? You put this glue down without the lid on and it sits there oozing. Then when you actually want to use it, nothing will come out. Right, quickly get it on. Right, so that will sit there. Can't get the glue out when you're trying to squeeze it out, and then it goes all over the page when you put it down. Then we'll pop Mr. B down the bottom. Being very careful of his little legs. They're very delicate. I just hope I've got enough on there. I'm trying to make sure that I've got those tiny little legs stuck down properly, because I don't want anything catching on them when I'm putting things in and out of the belly band and pulling the whole thing off. Sorry, this must be so tedious watching this. I do apologise. Not very good at fiddly things. Right, and then let's get our sentiment stuck down at the top. And then I think we're done. This is going to need something heavy on it to get that to stick. But we have got a number, a sentiment and a ticket. We've used the B, so that is day 5 done. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope that you enjoyed coming along for the ride and you managed to enjoy your own crafty time today. I'll be back again as soon as I can with another catch-up episode in Dephemerember 2022. Please don't forget to check out 49 Dragonflies and Louise Heinsall's channels, which I will link below. They're the hosts for the challenge. I think I forgot to say that at the beginning of this video, but all their links will be down below and you can find the prompts there if you would like to join in. So thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye bye.